Hey everybody, Chris the old ass retro gamer here, and you're watching Captain Algebra. Remember Kenna, suckers.
Hey everybody, Captain Algebra here. I'm here with my Genesis collection update. So this is everything I got since July, not including the Mo Game Con stuff. So we're going to start with some stuff I got from Bargain Bin Hobo. He sent me a message on Discord, asked if I need any of these Genesis games, and there were a couple I did. First one I had loose that I just needed the box manual, so I grabbed Spider-Man. And we'll get to the other game in a little bit, but now I'm going to go through all the sports games I picked up. Most of these I got a couple weekends ago. I went to Chicago. It was Chris Pico, Midlife Crisis Media's birthday, so a bunch of other YouTubers. We went out game hunting with him and hung out, and so I got a few stuff. There's some other ones in here that I got other places. Some I can't remember though. It's been a while. First one, NBA Action 95. That's one I really don't remember where I got that from. Pro Move Soccer, I just picked up this from Mega Media Exchange in Madison. I was there picking up Ape Escape on PS1, and I had to look at the Genesis games. We got PGA European Tour, Tecmo Super Baseball, MLBA PA Baseball. I don't think I said that right. MLB PA Baseball. Bill Walsh College Football 95. And the last sports game I got was George Foreman's KO Boxing. So about 5 of those came from when I was game hunting with Chris Pico. And that was from Video Games Then and Now, I think's the name of it, in Chicago. But they were super cheap, so I got great deals on those. And now let's go through the more regular games that are a little more interesting. This also came from Video Games Then and Now, and that is The Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle. So there were a few there, but I didn't want to spend too much money while I was down there. I just had to get my air conditioning fixed in my car, and so that was a big bill. But so there was quite a few games I actually wanted, including the McDonald Treasure Land Adventure, something like that. That's supposed to be a really good game, but I didn't want to pay the price I was going for. So I had to grab just like one regular good game. And so I grabbed this because it's one I really don't see a lot. I believe it's the same game as the NES game, and it's not very good. Now the animations look like the cartoon, but the game just does not play that well. Next also came while I was hunting down there, and we've got James Pond 3. So this is the last James Pond game I need on the Genesis. So that is subset complete. I believe this came from one of the exchanges that we went to in Chicago. But it's basically kind of like an action platformer. This one I think is called Operation Starfish. I don't know, they're weird games. I really don't know too much about it. We'll get to them eventually on Genesis A to Z. Another game I grabbed in Chicago, we got Super Hang-On. So this is a classic arcade game. I remember there used to be a pizza place called Pappy's, I want to say. I think it was Pappy's. Anyways, they had a couple arcade games. One of them was Hang On, and I always thought it was super cool, like because you actually rode a bike, like a motorcycle, while playing the arcade game, and that was super cool. So this one I've been wanting for a while. I saw it at both the exchanges, but it's weird. The first exchange we went to, I saw like 3 copies, and they were, I think, like $25 each. And then at the other one, they had a couple copies, and they were selling for $40. It was really weird, the difference in prices there, but glad I bought it at the first place. And yeah, it's a solid racing game. Good to have it in the collection. Next one also came from Video Game Exchange in Madison, and that is G-Lock Air Battle. So this is one I've seen all the time, and I never pull the trigger. By the way, I did not pay $29.99 for this. That was an old sticker price. And this one kind of reminds me of like Afterburner on the Genesis and the Master System. So it's kind of a vertical scrolling shooter. You can see you're playing, and it's got really cool graphics and stuff. And it's a super cheap game. I just never picked it up. And I believe, I can't remember. One of these came from Hobo, And another one, I think it's the other one. I think this is the one I got at a garage sale, and that is The Simpsons, Bart's Nightmare. So there's a guy nearby that has a garage sale every single year. He's got a bunch of video games, and then a bunch of like action figures, all sorts of toys, Star Wars, He-Man, G.I. Joe, all sorts of stuff. Just a huge nerd garage sale. He does like 2 a year. And usually, I mean, the stuff he has isn't like amazing, but there's usually some stuff I need. And so I grabbed this one. I know the Simpsons games aren't that good, but needed for the collection, and the price was good. And then this one, I believe I got from Hobo, and that is The Simpsons, Bart versus the Space Mutants. This is one I've never played. Bart's Nightmare I have on the Super Nintendo, so I played it there first. This one, though, I think I've played on the NES, and basically you have to go through each level and stop the aliens from taking over. And I remember it being kind of confusing, because you got to figure out, like I think in the first level you have to turn all the purple stuff red, or the red stuff purple, one or the other. And sometimes it can be kind of tricky figuring out how you do that, but I don't know. We'll see how it is. Next one I got was Star Trek Deep Space Nine, Crossroads of Time. So I grabbed this this past July, I think beginning of July. I had a training for a new math curriculum that we were doing at school. And so we were in Economwalk for 4 days, and I knew there was a game store there. And so one night I went over there. Most of the stuff he had I didn't need, or it was incomplete. So this is one of the only games I actually wanted. And I don't know, I haven't really played much of it at all other than to test it out. So I have no idea if it's a good Star Trek game. I've never been a big fan of Star Trek, so I don't know. Chris, if you watch this, tell me if you played this game, because I have no idea. And the last game I'm going to talk about, I got this along with NBA Action 95. Again, I don't remember where I got it, but that is Death Duel. So this is basically a fighting game, but it's more like, it's a first-person mode, and it's like a shooter almost. It's a lot like Battle Clash on the Super Nintendo, but you're like this cyborg, and you have to destroy these other cyborgs. And it's funny, you have to like destroy them in pieces, like take off their arms and their legs and stuff like that. So it's a pretty cool game. I love on the back it says not suggested for children under 13. That's pretty funny. But I think I grabbed this just because the cover art looked so awesome. But yeah, and obviously I need it going for the complete collection. So nothing too special in the last couple months, but a decent chunk added to the Genesis collection. So I believe there's 15 new games there, plus getting Spider-Man complete after having it loose, which is always awesome. So that puts my grand total of current Genesis games to 472. So we are getting close to 500. I doubt I will get there by the end of the year, but we will definitely be hitting 500 next year, I believe, which is, it's pretty crazy to think. You know, we're getting closer and closer to that 700 mark. So yeah, nothing again too amazing here, but whatever, you know, you gotta get them all, right? So just happy to add some more Genesis games to the collection. Don't know how much I'm gonna buy in the next few months. Obviously, like I said, had to pay for the air conditioning, and then November, Sophie's birthday, and then obviously you got Christmas, and then right after that you got Emily's birthday. So just a lot of other things I gotta be spending money on that's more important than video games. So yeah, but you know, we'll add some stuff here and there. But thanks for watching, everybody. Till next time, this is Captain Algebra signing off.